Hello, you've caught me recording this week's Friday feature at 7:30 p.m. and the sun is still out. Oh my god.
I can't believe how light it is. This is probably all the summer we'll get. I'm not too bad, thanks you. If you live in Britain, you've probably spent the last week listening to everyone saying things like that while in the queue at the supermarket carrying a disposable barbecue and the last packet of hot dog buns or something.
Time is moving on, and while that is what time has always done, it doesn't stop us being surprised by it.
April already. Where's the year going? Good job there are still loads of amazing PS5 games to look forward to in 2025, even though we've had a feast already. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Atomfall. I am full.
But there's always room for second breakfast. So, here are 7 amazing PS5 games still to come in 2025.
First up, we've got Ghost of Yotei, Sucker Punch's hotly anticipated follow-up to 2020's Ghost of Tsushima, a game the trailer for which I've watched too many times to count, but that still gives me goosebumps whenever the music does that epic bit and we get to see sweeping shots of the open world.
I haven't got anything clever or funny to say, really, about Ghost of Yotei. Yeah, it just looks really flipping good, doesn't it?
There are loads of things to be excited about here. Sucker Punch's pedigree when it comes to marrying brilliantly explorable open worlds with likeable characters and tight, compelling action. But ultimately, I am a simple man and cannot get over how utterly gorgeous this looks. Yes, I'm excited to play as new character Atsu and explore a different area of Japan set 300 years on from the events of the first game. But if I'm honest with myself, what I'm most looking forward to doing is moving slowly through this achingly beautiful world, listening to the wind in the grass, the crunch of snow underfoot.
In Ghost of Tsushima, I'd spend ages just walking around, looking at leaves and, playing the flute.
No! And then obviously, out comes your sword and at the same time and not coincidentally, out come the innards of all your enemies. The joy of the breathless snap of razor-sharp action, fading once again into contemplative quiet.
I'm so ready. I am so ready just to do all of those things. I feel like the only way I can legitimately express my excitement is
Amazing PS5 game still to come in 2025. Number 2 is Elden Ring Night Train. From Software Games. They are my kryptonite, my frenemy, my anti-hero. If it weren't for not being able to get good enough before I mentally snap like a stale Twix, their games would be up there with my all-time favourites. But now that I can take on the steep ascent of Punishment Mountain with Soulsborne Sherpas, I cannot wait to get lost in the intricate world of Elden Ring again.
Both spiritually and literally.
It's not just the co-op element that's exciting either, but all the tweaks and changes in structure, focusing the experience to make combat more intense, will help sand away some of the sharper edges that newer players, or players like me, can often get stuck on, meaning it's a game I don't want to wait for and actually want right now, which is no mean feat considering Night Rain is a game I didn't even know I wanted until it was announced last year.
And what a lovely, kind, thoughtful, surprising Christmas gift that was. Thank you very much, From Software.
Seriously, how did we not think of this before? 3-player co-op roguelike action in the world of Elden Ring. It's a great elevator pitch, and boy am I glad it'll soon be an actual thing I can play. Plus, being a co-op focused experience, I can share the joy of beating bosses with a friend without the risk of accidentally summoning a hostile invader.
Unless I invite Alex, who could honestly go either way, depending on what mood he's in. So, you've chosen death.
Ah, Doom, the original first-person shooter that somehow keeps finding innovative ways to excite us, despite the fact it's 3 years older than Rosie. And Doom the Dark Ages is going all in on innovation, which is why it's number 3 on this list of amazing PS5 games still to come this year. There's a shield covered in spikes that you can throw, it's got a gun called the Pulverizer that chews up skulls on screen, and it's got the Doomslayer in a massive cape that means he might be the exception to that rule from The Incredibles.
No capes!
But most of all, it's got the ability to put you into a demon-killing groove, a rhythmic trance of blood, guts and gore that few other games have ever been able to touch. It doesn't hurt that those demon intestines are going to look better than ever either. Well, if you can have intestines that look good in the first place.
Put it this way, it would only be more immersive if your TV spat entrails at you while you played.
Yes, we're excited for Doom the Dark Ages. We're excited to learn more about the Slayer's backstory and see more of the cool world. And oh yes, ride a dragon. What we aren't excited about is getting a lecture from Nathan about why the hardest difficulty is the only way to play Doom.
And the game is literally called Doom. To truly comprehend that sense of futility, there's no other way than Ultra Nightmare. The clue's in the name, Rob. If you're going to tap into the legacy of the series.
Our 4th entry is The Midnight Walk, a claymation survival horror where you are the burnt one. Befriend a walking lantern called Potboy and together explore a Tim Burton-esque world of charming creepiness. I like games like The Midnight Walk, something different, something unique and interesting.
And I like liking games like The Midnight Walk because I think it makes me unique and interesting by association.
The extra cool thing about The Midnight Walk is that it's playable on both PS5 and PlayStation VR 2, presumably the latter offering players the opportunity to both delight in the minute detail of the game's gothic clay aesthetic, while simultaneously being terrified by whatever horrors lurk within it, a dichotomy hilariously illustrated here by me. Plus, it's out on May the 8th, so there's really not long to wait. And I know exactly who I'll be tricking into playing it on PlayStation VR 2 for an exploitative live stream.
David.
Hell Is Us is the 5th amazing game still to come in 2025, and it doesn't look like hell at all. In fact, it looks really quite good. There's a lot to be intrigued about in this action-adventure. What has happened to the war-torn lands of Hadea? What happened in your character, Remy's past? And what the heck are these things?
Well, aside from massive sword fodder, obviously.
The world looks simultaneously grounded, futuristic and fantastical. It's all battle-damaged villages surrounded by the remains of sci-fi technology and everything sitting atop massive alien statue things. And game developers Rogue Factor are using their unique player plattering to make sure we pay attention when we're scouring this unique setting to organically uncover clues. Because if we don't, we won't have a clue what to do next.
There's no map, no waypoint, and no hope I'll find anything important on my first playthrough without a guide.
And you know what? I am fine with that. I can already feel Hell Is Us tickling at that sense of excitement that games like Death Stranding do so well, burrowing under my skin and nibbling at my curiosity until I start to grasp what's going on in the world. And when you stir in some fancy-looking combat and garnish with incredible water graphics, it sounds like the most delightful video game cocktail.
Hell Is Us. More like hell is not being able to play Hell Is Us right now.
The next amazing PS5 game still to come in 2025 is Little Nightmares 3, a game which is not giving me nightmares actually, but I am in fact dreaming about, because I really want to play it. And, like Elden Ring Night Rain, a big part of that excitement is because I get to play it with a friend.
Not that I'm scared or anything, more that I just think it's the perfect game for Dave.
I don't.
Alright, I am a little bit scared, but that's the whole point of Little Nightmares. The world has been meticulously crafted to be constantly creepy, endlessly eerie, and make your heart tighten in your chest every time you open a door. The beauty of all that is that the game keeps you coming back to open the next door, and the door after that.
It's a real tightrope walk, but then Little Nightmares is basically a tightrope training school.
And being able to spread that fear across 2 players while also engaging in the puzzle platforming the series has polished to a glistening shine over the years sounds like the best way to enjoy it. Although, to be fair, it will be hard to appreciate the subtleties of said puzzles when you're legging it in the opposite direction of a giant porcelain baby.
Gonna hate playing that.
What?
Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Our final entry is Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, the imminent, definitely going to be a masterpiece from legendary developer Hideo Kojima. Now, I've watched the latest Death Stranding 2 trailer over 10 times, and I'm still struggling to find the correct words to describe the... what is it? The of it. It's something there on the tip of my tongue, you know, there's a... it's not essence, it's... Yeah, let's cut to the sofa and see if I can say something more coherent there. I guess not. What is the point of trying to put words on this, though? Everything I'm saying is ultimately just pointless noise, diluting the brilliance of this trailer you're trying to watch but can't because you've got my nasally voice ruining it. Hello, hello, look at the moon graphics on that, the water, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to shut up and let you have 20 quality seconds of alone time with this.
So walk away, I'll find you. So far away, I'll lead you to the wonder.
Hello, I'm back. It defies description, Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, a post-apocalypse haunted by trans-dimensional creatures made of tar, where the rain accelerates time, where you're friends with a stop-motion puppet. It looks unlike anything I've ever seen before. A shock of originality that even those of us who've played the first game will look at, open-mouthed, unable to even work out what questions we should be asking about it.
What a cast as well. You know, Norman Reedus, Lea Seydoux, Elle Fanning, Deborah Wilson.
All actors who share the same enigmatic, captivating quality of the game itself. Luca Marinelli's eyes in this trailer, he makes me want to cry. Right now, for me, Death Stranding 2 is the game I want more than any other.
You know, sometimes you can just feel when a game is going to be really special, can't you? Please, June the 26th, hurry up.
And there you have it, 7 amazing PS5 games still to come in 2025. Are you looking forward to these? Can you think of any we've missed? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell for more videos like this every Friday. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.
Oh my god, that's too high. Oh, for God's sake. This is not something I'm very good at. Another thing I'm terrible at. For God's sake. It turns out balancing a coin is quite difficult. It's terrible. I hope you're not... if you've got anything planned the rest of the day, Connor, then you might have to cancel.
No, I can do this all day.
That is way too hard.
That was great.
PlayStation